Hello there, my name is Kirk and I'm a cinematographer based in Melbourne, Australia, and this is what is in my cinematography travel camera bag. Everything that is involved in my kit to produce and make my videos for YouTube and other social media platforms when it comes to travel. Beginning with my bag of choice, this is the Lowe Pro Backpack 450 AW Mark II. I think is what it's called. It's an awesome travel backpack that I've been using for the last year or so. It has an incredible amount of space on the inside with customizable dividers, as well as a hard shell compartment up the top, which is really great for sectioning off inside the camera bag for protecting your gear for the really delicate items. There are tons of access points on the side, including these quick release zippers here on the side of the backpack, along with some other access points for documents and stuff when you are on the go, which makes it really helpful for swinging the bag underneath my shoulder in order to access documents like passports and flight information and all that type of good stuff. There's a laptop and tablet sleeve, which is built right into the main compartment of the backpack, and the zipper compartment is kind of facing your back when you are wearing it, which is really helpful because essentially as you open it up, you have your laptop in one whole section compartment along with a few different zippers, in addition to being able to dive right into your gear, which is all laid flat inside the backpack. And it's really lightweight as well, which is really important, especially because it is a carry-on bag, meaning that when I do put it on the plane, with all of my camera gear that I'm about to mention, including all my tech items, everything is pretty much at 10 kilos, which is most where the limits of the airline requires as well. So beginning with my main camera of choice, it's the one I'm filming on right now. It is the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro. Now this thing is an absolute beast for travel. I made a video specifically about my experience traveling with the 6K Pro. It's not really the best travel camera for most people, as there's no autofocus and a lot of other nice to have features, but boy is the image quality amazing. In addition to the built-in NDs means I just have to have my Sigma 18-35 lens along with it, and I can easily hit the plus and minus button to go down a stop or up a stop or whatever I might need. It's a great travel camera, I love it. The 6K Pro and the 18-35 as my main cinematography camera, and I pair that up with a lot of Sony NPF 570 batteries, in which I put in my camera bag around about 6 of them, 3 of them on a daily basis, along with the charging dock, which is an off-brand one that charges 2 batteries at once. I can usually charge 3 batteries at once, and I'll always have 3 rotating in. Sometimes, particularly in night scenes, I use this Tiffin Quarter Mist, Pro Mist, Black Mist, that's a lot of mists filter. That really gets me to kind of add a bit of softness and halation, I guess you could call it. Diffusion is the right word when shooting night scenes and when I want to get a bit more of a specific look. But I use this on the Sigma 18-35. It's great, mainly in night scenes, but adds a bit of character. Along with the camera as well, I use the Peak Design slide strap, which kind of goes around my neck, and I store in my bag sometimes to add a bit of stability, just to kind of have nice stable shots, because as I mentioned, the lens that I use with my 6K Pro and the 6K Pro have no stabilization before at all. So using the strap along with DaVinci Resolve stabilization in post is a pretty good dream. Moving on to the aerials, I utilize my DJI Mini Pro 3. This thing is an absolute beast. I was so glad that this came out because it had the 2 features over the Mini 2 that I really wanted that weren't there. And that is number 1, being able to shoot in vertical mode, which is great for those sweet Instagram reels and TikToks. But also more importantly, it shoots in D-Cine-like. It's not quite D-Log, but very similar. It essentially provides me with a little bit more dynamic range and freedom when it comes to the color grading process, and it's great. I love it. I think it's everything you could want in a drone. In addition to this drone, I hated having to use my phone to monitor everything, which is why I also carry the DJI Pro remote, which is really great. Charges with USB-C, big screen, you can see everything, and everything looks great and connects to the drone quite quickly. Other slight drone accessories I have this Freewell ND filter kit. It has a 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and ND 1000 filter, which is just ridiculous. I really wish I had maybe like 4, 16, 32, 64, and then 128 and 256. I've never had to use 1000, but honestly, I've just been shooting the drone in auto mode and ignoring the whole 180-degree shutter rule thing recently, because if I am in quick filming situations, I want to make sure that I do get the shot and not miss it out completely, because I bring the drone down and add an ND filter, and in the end, I can always just add in some motion blur in DaVinci Resolve post, which is another benefit too. So that covers video on the ground and in the sky. For photography, I like to keep things simple, and I have my Fujifilm X100V, the overhyped or underhyped or overappreciated camera, I guess you could call it, I love it because I just take in JPEGs and all my photos look great. I've made tons of videos on it, but again, my main focus is on video and my gear is already quite big as itself with 6K Pro and the drone, so I keep something small on me, and this guy takes amazing photos. I can edit the JPEGs, but I rarely do. So pair with my Kodachrome recipe as well as my Cinestill one for nighttime. I love the photos it takes, and I'll be using it on every single other trip in the future. A great photography camera if you can find one, but don't overpay for it. For my computer, I use my 14-inch MacBook Pro, which has an M1 Max chip with about 2 terabytes of storage, which is great. It slides into the top of the camera bag, which is really helpful. I went from a 16-inch to a 14-inch purely for travel, and I haven't looked back since. I love it. Next up, this is probably the coolest cable I've ever seen and used. This is the AOE Modular Extension Fast Cable Set, which is not only the most unique cable out there, but one I've used to replace tons of my other cables. Starting off, the cable is packaged in this awesome box, which looks straight out of a spy movie where they have the gadgets neatly arranged in a pelican case. This is the Kevlar and nylon combo, and it comes with 6 components: a coiled USB-C cable with a female and male port end, a short USB-C cable, a short USB-C to lightning cable, a long standard USB-C cable with a female and male port end, a fastening screw, and a silicone case for storage. What's unique about this system is that depending on your use case, you can modularly change the ends of the cable or just use the cables on their own depending on how and where you're charging your devices. For example, I keep the long standard USB-C cable on my desk, and occasionally I switch out the short USB-C to C cable with its lightning counterpart to quickly charge my phone, and then back again if I need to charge a USB-C device like my MacBook Pro or my iPad. It supports up to 240 watts of charging, but one of my favorite components about the modular cables is the LED lights on the shorter cable extensions, where blue means your device is charging at standard speeds. If it's orange and flashing, it's charging at fast charge rates, and green if the device is full or trickle charge is activated. A really handy feature. It's super durable too, easy to find in my bag in this bright yellow color. It's MFI certified for your Apple devices too, and most importantly, it saves me from having to dig through a bunch of different cables. For audio monitoring, I use my ATH M50Xs, the Bluetooth editions, which do have a cable that I can plug into if I wanted to do edits, but again, these are great for the plane or just having Bluetooth audio experiences. Great for travel, no noise cancellations, but I use AirPods Pro instead for whenever I want to get some nice, noise cancellation. And moving on to some more of the tech that I carry in my travel bag, I always carry either my 11-inch iPad Pro, which is the 2018 model. It's been great and really good for using an SD card to transfer the Fuji photos and edit them on. In terms of organizing all of my tech, I've got tons of chargers, adapters, and lots of different things in between, like hard drives too. I use this Peak Design travel pouch, or the tech pouch I think they call it. This thing is fantastic. It's got tons and tons of open space and dividers in here. Some of my favorite items I like to store in here include this CFast card adapter, which also has an SD card adapter and micro SD card adapter, which is great for the Fujifilm as well as the drone, and the CFast adapter for obviously the Blackmagic camera, as I do shoot on CFast cards. Other things I have in here include these T7 Shield SSDs. I've also got some of the older ones, but these are great because they also add some rugged protection too, and they are both in the 2 terabyte variants, which are fantastic. The last item I wanted to share is my Traveler's Company notebook, which is in the beautiful brown leather color. I love physical note taking, whether it's creating a to-do list, jotting down ideas, or writing study notes about a new topic. I've been looking for a modular, dedicated notebook system for quite some time now, and I couldn't be happier with it. I have 3 customizable inserts on the inside, along with a zipper fabric insert for storage, plus a pen loop for my Lamy pen. In the future, I might make a video just on my notebook and how I use it, if it's something you're interested in. That wraps everything up. Hopefully you enjoyed what's in my cinematography bag that I use for traveling and also in shooting throughout the city too. If you have any questions about any of the gear or how I shoot, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Have a wonderful day, stay safe, and of course, do take care.